Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that most of us grapple with, whether we realize it or not: the truth. Not just a truth, but the truth. Imagine for a moment, standing in front of a mirror. But this isn't just any mirror. This mirror shows you not your reflection, not the face you present to the world, but the absolute, raw, unfiltered truth of who you are, what you believe, and what you've avoided. It's merciless in its honesty. Now, here's the question. Would you truly look, or would your first instinct be to flinch, to cover your eyes, to perhaps even beg for a gentler, softer version? One that hurts a little less, one that aligns more with the story you've told yourself. It's a fascinating paradox, isn't it? We, as a society, constantly claim to want the truth. We praise honesty in others and ourselves. We worship authenticity, quoting it like sacred scripture. We post about it. We share memes about it. We champion it in our conversations. We tell ourselves that we value it above almost everything else. But then, when that truth finally arrives unpolished, inconvenient, sometimes a little messy, and often completely indifferent to our pride or our carefully constructed self-image, what do most of us do? We often retreat. We pull back into the warm, fuzzy comfort of our existing beliefs, our preconceived notions, our favorite narratives. It's a natural human reaction to seek comfort over confrontation. The harsh reality is that truth doesn't flatter. It doesn't pat you on the back and tell you how great you are. In fact, it often does the exact opposite. It dismantles. It strips away layers of identity we've meticulously built, challenges ideologies we've held sacred for years, and sometimes even threatens our sense of belonging to a group or community. It leaves us feeling exposed, naked before the vast, unsettling unknown. It's like peeling back an onion, layer by painful layer, until you get to the core. Think about the profound wisdom of the philosopher Erich Fromm, who once observed that many people actually prefer bondage to true freedom. Why? Because freedom, true freedom, demands responsibility. It demands that you take ownership of your choices, your thoughts, your life. And in a very similar vein, the same can be said about truth. Truth demands transformation. It requires us to change, to evolve, to let go of old ways of thinking and being. And let's be honest, transformation, even when it's for the better, can be incredibly painful. It's a process of shedding the old to make way for the new. So, what's our natural human coping mechanism? We invent prettier lies. We become masters of self-deception. We don't call them lies, of course. That sounds too harsh. Instead, we label them as opinions, perspectives, or the ever-popular my truth. We soften the sharp, cutting blade of reality until it can no longer pierce through our comfortable delusions. We dull the edges until the truth feels more palatable, less threatening. We reshape it, reframe it, repackage it until it fits neatly into our existing worldview. The visionary philosopher Nietzsche warned us about this very human tendency. He observed that people often cling to systems of belief, whether they be religious, political, or personal, not because those systems are inherently true, but because they are profoundly comforting. They offer a sense of security, belonging, and meaning in a chaotic world. Religion, ideology, even our personal identities, these aren't just abstract ideas. They are, in a very real sense, shelters. Shelters we construct to protect ourselves from the often overwhelming storm of uncertainty that life throws our way. They give us a framework, a sense of order, a place to belong. Carl Jung, the renowned psychologist, echoed similar sentiments in his exploration of the human psyche. He famously stated that the greatest confrontation a person can ever face is with their own shadow. And what is the shadow? It's that repressed, denied, often unpleasant part of ourselves that we refuse to acknowledge. It's the traits, impulses, and emotions that don't fit into our idealized self-image. To truly see your shadow clearly, to stare it down without flinching, is to shatter the illusion of being inherently good or perfect. It's to realize that we are complex beings, capable of both light and darkness. And for most people, living comfortably wrong, living in denial, is far preferable to facing themselves honestly, to integrating that shadow. The discomfort of self-discovery often outweighs the desire for genuine self-awareness. This deep-seated aversion to uncomfortable truth explains so much of our modern behavior. It's why we meticulously curate our lives online, presenting a perfect, polished facade to the world. We build elaborate echo chambers around our minds, digital echo chambers on social media, emotional echo chambers in our relationships, spiritual echo chambers in our chosen communities. We surround ourselves with people and information that reflect our existing beliefs back to us, reinforcing what we already think. Eventually, the only sound we hear is our own voice, or variations of it, bouncing back, confirming our biases. We mistake agreement for truth, and silence the absence of dissenting voices for genuine peace. It's a dangerous game we play, because it keeps us from growing, from challenging ourselves, from truly understanding the world outside our carefully constructed bubble. But here's the fundamental, liberating truth about truth. It doesn't need your belief to exist. It doesn't beg to be liked, to be validated, or to be accepted. It simply is. It patiently waits, quiet and unassuming, until the inevitable day when your illusions, no matter how strongly you cling to them, finally collapse under their own accumulated weight. Because, eventually, they always do. Reality has a way of asserting itself, and when that happens, when the mask finally cracks, when the mirror you've been avoiding finally clears, and you see things as they truly are, yes, there will be pain. There will be discomfort, perhaps even sorrow for what you've lost or what you've denied. But alongside that pain, there will also be something profoundly powerful: clarity. There will be a newfound sense of freedom, a liberation from the burden of maintaining those illusions. It's a terrifying kind of grace, a brutal honesty that sets you free. The truth will not necessarily make you happy in the conventional sense. It won't hand you a life free of struggle or discomfort. But what it will do, undeniably, is make you awake. It will open your eyes to the world, to yourself, in a way you've never experienced before. And that awakening, though it often hurts, though it forces you to confront uncomfortable realities, is the only path to truly becoming real, to living authentically, to genuinely connecting with yourself and the world around you. So, I want to leave you with this thought. Do I fear the truth that might shatter your comfortable worldview? Don't fear the truth that makes you question everything you thought you knew. Instead, fear the lie that keeps you whole, that keeps you comfortable, that keeps you stagnant. Because in that comfort, there is no growth, no authenticity, and no true freedom. Thank you so much for joining me today on this journey. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more thought-provoking content, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective on truth and illusion. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and keep seeking that clarity.